In this video, we're going to look at trig graphs of the form y equals a sine bx or y equals a cos bx. Now the b changes the period of the graph. What that means is that the greater the value of b, the more periods you have over a certain interval. Now, we're going to draw some of these and we're going to see how the b relates to what the period is. So the first one is y equals cos 3x. Okay, so there is my cos 3x curve, and let's zoom in so we can look at it. Now, there is no a value, that's just 1 in this case, so we're still going between 1 and -1. Now, to find the period of this curve, we take the period of a normal cos curve, 360, and divide that by the value of b, which is 3. So the period of this curve is 120 degrees. So the end of it, because we've got one period here, is 120 degrees. So we need to just find out what the x-intercepts are and the minimum value, the minimum point, sorry. On a cos curve, they're at 90 and 270, the x-intercepts. So we need to divide those by 3. So 90 divided by 3 is 30. 270 divided by 3 is 90. The minimum point is at 180 degrees, so divide that by 3, and we get 60 degrees. So there's the first one for you. Okay. The next one, y equals 3 sine 4x, so draw out the axes, then draw your curve, and then worry about labelling the axes. So we do have an a value here of 3, so that means our maximum value is 3 and our minimum is -3. Now, to find the period of these, we're going to take the normal period of a sine curve, which is 360, and divide it by b, which is 4. So the period for this curve here is 360 divided by 4, which is 90 degrees. So one period is 90 degrees, so we can label that already. So now we take all the other important points and divide them by 4. So 90 degrees is where the normal maximum point is, so divide that by 4 is 22.5 degrees. It's normally 180 degrees, the next x-intercept, so divide that by 4 is 45 degrees. And the minimum point is at 270, and if you divide that by 4, you get 67.5 degrees. Okay, last one then, y equals tan 2x. So draw the axes, draw your curve. Now for tan curve, we do just need to remember that we have got some asymptotes in here. So the asymptote goes there and it goes there. Now, for a tan curve, we don't worry about maximum and minimum values because the maximum and minimum values are infinite. Okay, so what we do worry when we're drawing the graph is where the asymptotes are and where the x-intercepts are. Now, the period of a normal tan curve is 180 degrees. So we need to divide that by 2 in this case. So the normal period is 90 degrees. So in this case, where it first repeats itself, it's going to be at 90 degrees. So the second time it repeats itself, it's going to be 180 degrees. Its asymptote, first asymptote is normally at 90 degrees, so divide that by 2, so that becomes 45 degrees. Second one is at 270, so that's 135 degrees. So there we go, there are all our curves now nicely labelled. Now that is only one period of each of them. You may be asked a different question in the exam where they're asked to do the curve between, say, 0 and 360. And if that was the case for the first curve, here, cos 3x, if you have to be between 0 and 360, I would need to do 3 periods of that. Likewise, for 3 sine 4x between 0 and 360, you'd have to do 4 periods to get up to 360.